Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the LG-8956 homage to a white gold Rolex Daytona with the Oyster Flex bracelet. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing a Ben Nevis BN 5012G homage to a Bell & Ross. And Grego is wearing a Casio AE 1000W World Time Watch. I bought Grego's Casio at Walmart for $5 on the clearance rack. It's normally a $20 Casio. I thought that was a pretty good deal. Grego asked Chewbacca if he thought Sasquatches were Wookiees that crash landed on Earth. He said that's just a stupid urban legend. Everyone knows that Sasquatches are really big Ewoks. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. We'll open up the box. Comes with a little bitty baby cleaning cloth, little tiny sucker. Then let's not forget the unsigned warranty card. Unsigned, and the instructions. And we also have a hang tag. That leads some authenticity. And here's the watch. This is the last of my ultra affordable quadruple unboxing watches. Not to say it's the last of my ultra affordable watches, just the last one of the quadruple unboxing. This is the third Daytona homage on Fun with Watches. Due to the insane popularity of the Daytona, there are quite a few different homages. This one caught my attention because it has a moon phase subdial of all things. Seems odd, but hey, why not? Actually, it's not a true moon phase. It's an AM/PM indicator, and it's completely unnecessary because the watch already has a 24-hour hand. Lige only offers this watch on a silicone strap, and there was no bracelet option. The watch is 42.2 millimeters at the bezel, which is bigger than a real Daytona. The AliExpress ad said 47 millimeters. Thankfully, that was a misprint or lost in translation. It's 52.2 millimeters lug to lug, so it's got some pretty serious lug to lug there. It's 11.9 millimeters thick, has a 20 millimeter lug width, and weighs 76 grams on the supplied silicone strap. I don't think the bezel is actually ceramic, but don't quote me on that. It seems more like a hard vinyl, kind of like for records. And the tachymeter is printed on. The dial is a silver color with a sunburst effect. We have the Lige logo on top. Then it says Design Lige Watch, which sounds awkward. These Chinese watch companies should have a native English speaker on staff to look for awkward phrasing. Then it says Chronograph and Sport in red, and there's nothing on the bottom. The minute markers are on a rather steep chapter ring. The lume indices are implied. Lume pencil hands and an arrow tip second hand with no lume. Unlike a real Daytona or even a Bulgarian design, the large second hand is the running second hand and not the chronograph hand. This will wind up in my gripes and groans since this makes the tachymeter, the bezel, practically useless. I mean, you can still use the tachymeter, you just have to look at the subdial second hand and then translate it over to the tachymeter. Thankfully, the big second hand does hit all the marks, so if you have the quartz watch OCD, this one shouldn't be too bad. And once again, the chronograph second hand is the bottom subdial. The left subdial is the chronograph minutes. The right subdial is a 24-hour indicator. Then once again, the moon phase is not a real moon phase, but simply rotates between a sun and a moon. I'm doing this review at 7 o'clock at night, so you can't see the moon or the sun. I'll show you here. Let's just go ahead and show you what the moon looks like. See, there's the moon, and we'll keep going until we see the sun. And there's the sun. Once again, you got a sun at noon and you got a moon at midnight. So it's not really a moon phase dial at all. The pushers are actual screw down pushers. See, you can unscrew them and screw them back down. Even though this is unnecessary due to the fact that this is only a 30-meter watch, it is still nice that they aren't fake. I'd rather have unnecessary than fake. The sign crown, on the other hand, is not a screw down, which is fine. Once again, only have 30 meters water resistance. So let's go ahead and see the chronograph in action. We'll unscrew the top pusher and go ahead and hit the pusher, and then the bottom subdial starts ticking. It only ticks once a second. This is not a mecha quartz. It does not have a sweeping chronograph hand. Then when you're done, just push it again and it stops. And once again, if you want to use the tachymeter, as you can see, it goes to 11 seconds. So you have to go to 11 here, then figure out, well, that's where the 11-second hits on the tachymeter. So I guess it isn't completely useless, just impractical. How's that? And then when you're done, just hit the bottom pusher to reset it. And this doesn't have instant snapback, it does the fast rewind. So let's go ahead and screw the pushers back down since we're done with that. Once again, who cares, because you're not going in the water with this thing because it's only 30 meters, but we'll screw them down anyway. The crystal is a mineral glass and it's flat and it sits above the bezel just a little bit, but not enough to consider it a box crystal. The case seems nice, but Lige claims that the watch is all stainless steel, and I had my doubts. Usually when a case is completely shiny, it is a pretty good indication that it is chrome plated. So I decided to give that watch a little scratch test. As you can see by the picture here, as you look close, a little brass or copper color is showing through. So Lige pulled a bend yarn on us. It doesn't bother me that a watch at this price is not all steel. I mean, the case was properly plated and it took some good deep scratches to expose the alloy underneath. I just wish they were upfront about it. They could have used some clever marketing to sell the chrome plating as a good thing, like electroplated, scratch resistant. The Caseback gives you Lige, but it doesn't give you the model number, which is odd. Usually a Caseback will give you the model number. 1853 is not the model number. Then it says all stainless steel, and as you could see by the previous picture, it's not. And it gives you the 3 ATM water resistance, which is 30 meters. The silicone strap has quick release, and these end links here are not real end links, they're fake. They're a part of the case, so they just look like end links. And then there's a waffle pattern inside the strap for ventilation purposes. It's winter, so I can't tell you if the strap gets sweaty or not and how well the ventilation works. And then the strap also has little nibs here to keep the first keeper in place. And it has an unsigned buckle. The buckle does the job. It's not super sturdy, but it's not flimsy either. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. It looks nice. I mean, if you saw somebody wearing this across the room, you might think it was a real Daytona. Once you got close, though, it would be quite obvious it's not. But it wears well, and once again, it's very light. I like it. And here is the watch on a vintage leather strap. That's one nice thing about this watch, is since it has quick release, it's really easy to change the straps. And since it has the fake end links, it actually looks like it has end links on it. You'd never put a real Daytona on a leather strap, but I think this looks really nice. I finally found the perfect watch for all these Bondnatos that Pagani Design keeps sending me. But there's a catch. When you go to put the NATO on the watch, and you put it in here, oh, well, this time it worked pretty good. I think it's because I started it before. Sometimes it's quite difficult to get it over this lip without getting a tool out. So I was going to show you just how difficult it was, and this time it happened easily. So I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I'll have difficulty going the other direction. Well, nope. It went on pretty easy. But trust me, it depends too on how thick the NATO is. But this little lip for the molded end links that aren't real end links, it does make putting on a NATO difficult sometimes. And here it is on that Bondnato. Doesn't that look good? Now, once again, this is a Pagani Design Bondnato that they send with the Pagani Design watches. This Lige watch did not come with this strap. I just happen to have lots of them because I've had lots of Pagani designs. Any watch at this price is going to have substandard lume, but I figured I'd show it anyway. As I speed up the time, the full-size indices aren't that bad, but the little half indices at the 3, 6, and 9 are complete garbage. Unfortunately, the hands are almost as bad, and once again, it doesn't do any good to have good index lume if you can't see the hands. What do I like about this watch? Well, it looks a lot like a White Gold Daytona. And the moon phase dial is kind of fun. It's unexpected. I mean, nobody else has a moon phase dial on their Daytona homages. And once again, you think, well, why would they? Well, why not? I like the fact that the second hand hits all the marks. And I like the fact that it comes on a quick release strap, so you can change straps on it fairly easy. What are my gripes and groans? Well, don't say all stainless steel unless the watch is all stainless steel. Then also, my standard complaint about any chronograph with a tachymeter and the subdials and the chronograph hands in the bottom subdial just makes using the tachymeter awkward. Once again, you're never going to use a tachymeter. I just like to have stuff on my watch usable. And the artificial end links that are part of the case makes it quite difficult to put on a NATO strap. You actually have to get a tool out to get it over that lip there. Do I recommend this watch? Sure. Yeah, this isn't a great watch, but it's a fun watch for the price. Does this mean I recommend this watch over, let's say, a Pagani Design? Of course not. That watch is in a different league and costs almost 3 times as much. But for an under $30 Daytona homage, it does the job just fine. So if you're interested in this watch, go ahead and get it. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Lige 8956 homage to the White Gold Daytona on an Oyster Flex. And I will be back with another review. Bye.